All right, Shalom, Shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Peace, salutations to the sincere Akim pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives, freedom to do so no more so than ever. May the calling of election be upon y'all. So I'm going to read this article. This came out a couple of days ago, July 16th. I know today's July 20th, but just a couple of things I was looking at in the spirit. We know about the Iranians; those are the Carmenians, but they're also known as the Persians in the scriptures. We know U.S., America, Babylon the Great. It's known as Babylon the Great, Assyria, Nineveh, Tyrus and above all, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah. It says Iran and the U.S. are already fighting the next war. Tensions are escalating again in the Persian Gulf. U.S. President Donald Trump notified Congress of renewed airstrikes on Iran and vowed to destroy all of the Islamic Republic military infrastructure in the Strait of Hormuz and turn the Iranian army as attack. American targets in the region, according to Iranian media, U.S. communication systems, Patriot missile defense systems, and an ammunition depot in Kuwait and other targets have been hit. So this is going into pretty much the Valley of Jehoshaphat in the book of Joel, which is Hebrew for Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Most High's judgment, Yahweh, and Shaphat means to judge. So we say all judgment, Mashapatyim, or that's judgment. But this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears," which means that they're going into a time of war. As the scripture has said in Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time for everything under the season. To every purpose is a time under the heaven. A time of war and a time of peace in the 8th verse right here. Going back into Joel though. It says, "Let the beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And that's what these weaker nations are doing, like the Iranians. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, for the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." That's right. So the sickle is pretty much it's time for the pretty much for you reap what you sow. So plant wickedness, wickedness has to be sprung up. Okay, and that's another thing that it talks about in Ecclesiastes. Oops, it says a time to pluck up that which is planted. Right here in Ecclesiastes 3 and 2. So the time to be born, the time to die, the time to plant, and the time to pluck up that which is planted. Right. So the Lord's getting ready to put in that sickle. What is the sickle used for? It's used to cut things down. So this whole empire, so on and so forth, get ready to be cut down with the sickle. All right. It's time. Just like if you had like a crop full of like corn or whatever type of vegetation you would think of. Um, you don't want to leave it out there because it's gonna go bad. So what? You have to cut it down and get it out and get it into use before it goes bad. Same thing in this instance. We're talking about time that we're living in.